But getting back to this game that I never left.
What's happening? What's going on with it?
How you feeling, man?
Oh man, staying out the way while endeavoring to have my boy, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah, I'm looking a little rough this morning. Excuse me, but I just had a few questions. You know
Oh
what I'm
man,
saying?
no man. It is hey, it is what it is,
I'm
man.
always
We wasn't
commenting on your
trying to
shit,
knock
man.
you,
You
so
keep it
it's
mad
all good.
interesting, man. This should be too funny, man.
Yeah.
But is it necessary to have a P partner in the game? That's all I want to know.
Is it necessary to have a P partner in the game? I would say yes. It's a blessing. It is a lonely man's game, but I can explain that. A lot of people don't even know what that means. They just be saying it just to be saying it. But yes, because at the end of the day, you gonna need more than that bitch. And that bitch might blow up on you. You know what I mean? That bitch might expire on you, or that bitch might be incarcerated. So, you still got utilities. You still got adversities that you got to go through. You know what I mean? And it ain't nothing like getting some encouragement from a nigga that's down on the pavement with you. You know what I mean? So, yeah, you know what I mean? Having a pimp partner, you know what I mean, is definitely a blessing. And it's going to be a necessity in this game because no man is an island. Nobody is perfect. No matter how much game that he got, it's going to be some situations that's going to come from life and this lifestyle that you're going to need somebody that's, like-minded like you, man, to give you some type of exhortation or some inspiration, man, to keep on going. So, yeah, the pimping sharpen pimping. It might be a time where you might get relaxed, you know what I mean, because you about 5 deep. You might have a few hundreds of thousands put up, you know what I mean, and get real relaxed, you know what I mean, stop coming outside and shit, you know what I mean, and it'd be your pimp partner like, come on, we still got money to get, you know what I mean, you still ain't, it's so much to achieve, you still ain't done shit, so you always want to keep, especially a young pimp. I keep young pimps around me simply because, young pimps gonna always bring that fire. You know what I mean? The older pimps, they bringing that knowledge and wisdom, but the young pimp, man, he bringing that energy, man. You know what I mean? He bringing that fire, man. He out there, he going 2-3 days without sleep. He's staying down, he hitting cities and states and shit like that. So the young pimp gonna always keep other pimps on fire. But yeah, man, you know what I mean? Pimps keep pimps pimping. You know what I mean? So hell, motherfucker, yeah, man, to have a pimp partner in this shit is a blessing. And because of, especially in this era that we in right now, with they stacking the bail all the way up to the heavens and shit, and trying to charge a pimp damn near for 1 million years and shit, man. Yeah, you gonna need you a pimp partner and shit, man. Cause these bitches. Hold on. Nah, I'll talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know what I mean? Yeah, you gonna need a pimp. Plus, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be time. Ain't no pimp perfect. Ain't no pimp perfect. So it's gonna be times that you gonna miss pimp, and you gonna need another pimp to chop your motherfucking head, man. You know what I mean? And sit up there and let you know, nigga, that you miss pimping around this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, pimping be a blessing to other pimps. Hold on. You ain't got no other question, bro?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to come with it for you because I've seen a lot of your videos, man. A lot of the questions I want to ask you already answered. You know what I'm saying? That's why I couldn't see why the
Yeah.
last young man that was on here was asking the shit that he was asking. I'm like, man, you could watch some of this man old videos and get some of that game. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
just didn't understand it, man. I'm just trying to think on a high level when I'm conversating with you.
But
By this being the first time that
I'm
I'm
gonna
interacting
start.
with you.
I'm gonna start getting more involved later on with a lot of my subscribers. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up a phone line, start having people call in, and then I'm gonna start allowing people to go live. You know what I mean, with me to have like be more closer. You know what I mean, to my people. And I'm not gonna just be speaking about the game all the time because my knowledge is just beyond. It's not definitely not more than this game. But when I say the game, I'm talking about as far as pimping and horn, because life is always going to be greater and bigger than the lifestyle or any lifestyle,
Of course.
you know?
Yeah. I can tell by the way you talk that ain't all you come with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You come with a bunch of different levels of it, man. I be checking it all out, man. I'll be like, man, this guy here, man, I got to conversate with him one day. So I'm just
Yeah.
happy to
Yeah.
chime in and ask you that question because I always wanted to know, you know what I mean? Because I
Well,
see a lot of y'all you know, well, a lot of representatives of the game, you know, they always have a partner with them. So I was just asking, is that a key necessity in the game, or you
Well,
know what I mean?
well, you gonna keep people that's like-minded like you, and
Right.
a lot of a pimp might say a word or bring up a book, you know what I mean, that nobody has ever read. I might sit up there and say, I might say a saying from Paul Lawrence Dunbar. I might say something from what Malcolm X or Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, or I might speak about Scientology or whatever, you know, and it's to spark, you know what I mean, that plug to basically get the creative intellectual juices flowing, because if we can stay like that, we'll never be beaten. If I could compel young pimps to stay off of drugs and start reading and, you know, find out about the greatness that's within them, then I can't stop it. But one thing that I can do is minimize the number of young pimps that are going to incarceration. That's what I can do.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, the way you speak, you be trying to keep motherfuckers about that penitentiary, man.
Hell
I
yeah.
definitely,
Hell
I
yeah.
respect you for that, man. I
Hell
respect you for
yeah.
that, man, because there's a lot of us going down that road, man, you know, because
Yeah.
they don't know what they doing, but, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you doing drugs and, you know, sometimes the lifestyle of pimping and horn make you feel like you God. You know what I mean? You checking big bank rolls out of attractive hoes, and you know you got some of the best women out here with the best comprehensions. You know, understanding your game, and they taking it. And just to have a woman that don't have a high school diploma, but teach her how to break and manipulate somebody who went to the best university, one of the best universities in the country, and you took this woman that don't got a high school diploma, and you taught this woman how to break this motherfucker for everything. It's a mental climax like no other, man. It's greater than any sexual pleasure, you know, even the high that come from a drug. You know what I mean? The feeling is like unmeasurable, you know? So I understand how a young pimp could feel, you know, especially if you ain't never had shit in your life and you go from not having shit to having shit, and you got these women just complying and applying to everything that you say and convey, you know, on a daily. Hell, motherfucker, yeah, you're going to feel like God. You're going to feel like can't nobody tell you shit. And because of that mentality, the probability of you being in the correctional facility going to be real soon, you know? So we got to listen. Got to listen. Yeah, but you know, yeah, they tripping off that. But yeah,
That's a big problem these days. A lot of people do not like listening, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
They don't listen to understand, they just listen to reply, you know, and that's not cool, man.
Well, and I like what you said, because a lot of guys, they don't listen to the woman on the interview. They so busy talking and saying all these nursery lines and talking about what he want. He hasn't took out the time to listen to what this woman was saying, because if he would actually listen to what she's saying and what she's not saying, he would see that this was a snitch in the making. This was a woman that was going to testify and you in the courtroom in the making. But when you're doing too much talking, you can't hear that. You can't discern that. You know, you can't take out the time to do any type of observation, because you're the one that's talking too much in the conversation. So, you know. Man, they asking some good questions. Do me a favor, bro. Hold on, let me see. Saying, have you ever helped or accepted a bitch on drugs or helped her get off drugs? Yes, I have. You know, and them type of questions kind of get to me a little bit, because I had a beautiful woman at one time. She was beautiful and light skinned, and she looked like Whitley from Different World. And we was in Vegas. And I ain't gonna put a government out there like that, but we ended up chopping it up. She was fine then, even on drugs. She was, you know what I mean? She was fine as a motherfucker then. She was just high yellow. And we began to talk, and she said, I've done everything. She said, I've done crystal meth. You know, I've pretty much done it all, you know, but she began to tell me about how her father basically used to fondle her, and, you know, how her brothers used to play with her. So she went through some, like, incestuous activities. She was mentally and verbally abused. So she went through a lot of, turmoil, so for me to judge her and say, oh, bitch, you on drugs, that would have been, that would have been too judgmental. That would have been wrong. Once she gave me her biography, I was able to get an outstanding understanding on why she was on drugs. And I told her that, look, a preacher can preach, a teacher can teach, and a pimp can pimp at your mind all day long. But at the same time, you only gonna get off them drugs if you want to get off them drugs. You know what I mean? No preacher, teacher, pimp, motivational speaker can get you off them drugs. You're not gonna get off them drugs until you have a desire to get off them drugs yourself. You got to get tired of being on drugs. And I asked her, do you have a desire to be off drugs? And she said yes. And you know what I mean? We could end up, with each other. I called her Desire because of that. And I ended up basically a young moving too fast. I ended up catching a case. And while I was locked up, man, she ended up going back to them drugs, But while she was with me, she was off that shit. It was a great time. So I always used to blame myself for her going back on drugs because the whole time while she was with me, she wasn't with the shit. Then when I got locked up, she went back to the shit. So, and when I came out, she was more up than when I met her. That just had to be.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible right there.
Yeah. Hold on.
Let me see, I'm really trying to think of something, man, that I can jog your brain, man. I'm trying to tap into something, man.
With this what we gonna do. While you thinking of something to say, just like I added you, I can add you back. I'm gonna add one of these young ladies, and I'm gonna give one of these young ladies an opportunity to talk to me now. And while you sitting over there viewing, just think of something, man. When you come back, we can shoot the shit.
I got you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
I hope you guys live as long as you want and never want as long as you live, man. Y'all be blessed now.